Panel is in for keeps now. I've got it clamped to the car by various methods. I'm going to start anchoring it now with 1,000 different ways. Pop rivets, welding, and it'll be okay when it's done. It's going along nicely. The rivets are going in slowly. Now what you got to remember, if you're going to do a job like this and you want to use countersunk rivets, just make sure you get the ones that say steel. You do not want to use aluminum pop rivets on a car. As soon as the salt gets at them, it'll eat the aluminum and your patch panel will literally fall off. And that's bad. So we'll keep moving along here, and I'll let you know when I get to the other end. Patch is now installed. It's riveted, it's welded, it's there, it's good and solid. It's not going anywhere. There you go, eh? Now I'm gonna go in and have lunch. And when I come out from lunch, oh, my favorite part, Bondo! This side's all done, the Bondo work, and it's in primer now. I'll let that harden up a day or two, and then we'll put some, I'm just gonna, I'll probably tape it off, you know, halfway up the rocker, or even almost up to the door. And I'll do this rocker with the rocker guard or something. We'll come up with something. I haven't decided yet. But anyway, at least it doesn't have a hole in it anymore. That's the main thing. Now the other side. Let me get the creeper. Oh, I forgot the light. Okay, I can't wait till I'm a big Hollywood guy. I've got somebody else to worry about all this camera business. Okay, so over here, I got the scratch coat of plastic on. So you just kind of, the first coat, you just kind of pack it into the seams and make sure you get it good and sealed up. Which is what we've done. I've got the bottoms of the doors taped to protect them from any sandpaper. I don't want to mess them up. But this should be pretty good. I'm quite happy. This is going well. This is the second coat of plastic that I put on. And I started roughing it in with the coarse sandpaper. And it's actually starting to look pretty nice. It's actually better than I thought it would look. It's not too bad at all, I don't think. So now I'm going to go ahead and put like a finish coat on it, and we should be good to go. Wow, I'm liking this car more every minute. I did my last sanding, and now I've got the area brushed in with primer. There's a couple of bad spots, but honestly, it's solid. It's not rusty anymore. It's just fine. It'll pass safety, it'll last a good long time, and that's all that matters. This thing ain't going to Barrett Jackson. It's outdoors on its wheels, under power for the first time in a long time. So, you can't see much out here. Well, we're going to go do a little field bombing, we call it. Just drive it around a little bit, make sure it warms up, and everything's good. A couple little issues to address inside. Something wrong with the multifunction switch. The fog lights stay on all the time, and we've got at this end of the dash the one bulb out. I'll fix that. Anyway, here I go. Oh, traction control works. Second gear. Hard to get it going too fast over here. The steering wheel returns nicely. Oh, this is good. Jeez. I just want this to be my car. I like this. Let's see if the ABS works. Yep, ABS works. This is just groovy. I'll wait for that temperature gauge to start coming up. Wonder if the radio works. Oh, AM FM. What do you know? Pink Floyd. Oh wow, what a great little car. No clunks, no funny noises. Oh, hey, I think this has got heated seats. I wonder if those work. Switches down the side here somewhere.
We're on the eve of the eve.
Oh, there it is.
Breakfast with Derringer Christmas special.
Well, it lit up on high. Let's see if it works. Okay, I'll be back in a bit. Tonight's project is the dash. So I don't know what the guy who had this car before me was doing, but he was using it as a truck. The top panel of the dash here was all gored up. The stack cover was all gored up. The airbag cover over here was destroyed, and it's sad because it's a GT, so it was a nice carbon fiber looking panels. But anyway, our parts car had nice bright silver stuff, so it doesn't look too out of place in here. It actually matches the bezel on the shifter, so I don't think that'll be too bad. And at least the dash will be nice, scratch-free. It won't be a disaster to look at. The steering wheel is in good shape. I'm going to swap out all 4 door panels to the ones from the parts car because the front ones aren't too bad, but the back ones in this car are really banged up, as well as the cargo area panels you can't really see. I'll show you them when I get working in that part of town. Also, while I was in here, I repaired the burned out light bulb in the tach, so that all lights up now. I opened up the multi-function switch and fixed the fog light part of it, so now the fog lights turn on and off like they're supposed to. All in all, this is coming together quite nicely. I'll show you the dash when I get it back together. Here's our dash all put back together. To me, it looks a lot nicer. The plain silver, I'm not sure if it's as nice as the carbon fiber was, but it's not all scratched up. The airbag cover was just gored right down to the black plastic. It was a terrible mess. The center stack had great big scratches around the HVAC controls. This one's not perfect, but it's way better. I think this is great. The only real thing wrong with it now is the rear defrost switch and the traction control switch. The dash light bulbs in them are burned out. Thankfully, it's easy to pull the center stack out, so next time I'm in the wreckers, I took them apart, and you can change the bulbs in them, but it's like a unit bulb with the holder and everything all as one. So I'll go to the boneyard and get a whole bunch of them, and hopefully I'll end up with 2 that work. But anyway, I'm quite happy with this. And onward and upward. Now we're going to change the door panels.